morning. I am on my own today. I am going fishing at Meadows. I'm going to try and get on the same peg that I was on before, because I'm going to be trying out a couple of new bits, new baits, things like that. Basically I'm going to be method feeding today, and just baiting up the area with pellets and sweet corn and things like that as well. So we'll see what happens. It's a lovely day. It's quite cold, so it should be in for a good day really. It will be a lot harder to fish because obviously the temperature does play a big factor on that. But I last time I went, as you saw in previous video, I did catch a PB, so personal best, of 8.6 pounds with carp. So I am hoping to top that today, but I guess we'll just see. We'll see, and fingers crossed. Good morning. Right, I've all set up. I'm not quite on the same peg, but I'm just a little bit along from it. So fingers crossed it will all be good. I've cast it out into the right where the bush is, and on the opposite side, and there is action around. You can tell there's action because there's a big reed. I'll show you in a bit. There's a big reed coming out of the water, and it keeps moving, and there's a lot of ripples around it. So fingers crossed. Waiting. I've been in the water probably not even 5 minutes. So yeah, fingers crossed. Today, yeah, I'll go through my setup in a little bit, but I'm using my granddad's old rod. Now, my granddad passed away before I was born, and he was a big fisherman. He loved his fishing, and my mum said to me, you know, you may as well get some use out of it, because otherwise it's just going to be in the garage rotting or in the loft rotting, and I didn't want that. So I've got his trusty old rod, and quite sentimental when it comes to things like this, because it's almost as if he's here fishing with me. We used to fish very similar as well, by the sounds of it. So yeah, I'm going to try and catch one for him using his stuff. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. So I have just made a really silly mistake. I tried casting out into the trees over there, and I got stuck. So yeah, had to start my rig again, and it takes a long time. But I've done it, and I'm going to carry on. And fingers crossed. So what I've done, I have experimented with my little blender. And what I've done, I've actually chopped up some little hot dogs. And I've chopped up some sweet corn as well. So I've added it into my essentially ground bait mix, really. And which I'm going to be using on the method feeder. And I've really chuffed. I think it's great, and I think it's a great idea. I just hope that it works on the next one, because basically the idea of it is that you've got a good mixture of tastes and smells and everything in this little mix. I mean, this just smells like a ham sandwich at the moment. It's great. Making me very hungry though. But yeah, hopefully it has the same effect with the fish, and it will just snap up any hook bait that I put on using this mixture as well. So fingers crossed. Still in the same place. I've had a couple of little tugs on the line, but nothing, again, substantial. Again, where I am is in the centre of screen at the moment. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am chuffed to bits. So I came here without any pellets to fish with today, mainly because Wags was closed due to roadworks and things like that. So, and also on my last fishing visit at Kay's, I actually broke my catapult. It just snapped, and it's irreparable. So, but I had a look, and Meadows fishery at Chapel Fields Caravan Park has its own bait shop. So I popped in to have a look. The guy there was absolutely awesome, and sorted me out some bait and little catapult as well. So if you're ever down this way, I would highly recommend going in and having a look and seeing what he's got. If it's handy as well, if you've forgotten anything on your fishing visit, to have a bait shop on your doorstep. It's perfect. But the tackle shop is actually called Chapel Tackle. So if you want to check that out, then do so. Absolutely brilliant, really nice guy, sorted, and it's made my day. So carry on and see how we go. Alright, so I've been here a few hours now. I've not had anything. I have only had a few bites. It's not been anything too substantial or anything. I've had some interest on my baits because you could see the line kind of straightening out a bit, but nothing too major. But yeah, there's people on the rush pond, and they're saying that they're not caught anything. There was a person here earlier that was on a couple of pigs up, and they were saying that they hadn't caught anything, and that there was some people doing a match down here like a few days ago, and they were really struggling as well. So it's nice to know that it's not just me, but like I say, I've got interest. I mean, I would try to show you, but basically again the line just keeps going as if there's something on it, but nothing that's kind of really going with it. So just have to wait and see. Got to carry on going and do what I can, keep baiting up, and yeah, just crack on. So I've just had my first proper bite of the day. It did take it, but then it kind of spat it out. So I've redone my bait and everything, chucked it back in the same spot. Fingers crossed it's still there and it's still interested. Well, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's very difficult to do a fishing video without any fish. Yeah. But keep at it. I mean, I don't know if you just saw, but that's my line. When it goes tight, it means that something is playing around with the bait. There is action just where that duck is. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Just literally just around where that duck is. In the centre of the screen now. But... oh, see, that's what it's been doing all day. Nothing's really taken it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the hook. And I've placed the bait on the hook quite well as well, so there shouldn't really be any excuse why it's not doing anything. But you know, it's a difficult time and that, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is getting a bit beyond the joke. I've had about 3 or 4 dancing around in front of me, blowing bubbles and everything. I've had action over where that tree is. I've had action there. I've seen some over here. The line keeps going, but not enough to actually get up. I have been trying to strike as well, to effectively get the hook in the mouth, basically. But no luck. Not yet. Still hopeful. My granddad won't let me go home without catching anything, so he's looking down at me. He's probably sweating more than I am. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going and see what I can get. So I was just on and it came off, so I'm just gonna do it again, go in a similar kind of area and hope for the best. The ducks can pack it in laughing, but they love it. But yeah, there's literally about 4, maybe 5 carp swimming around in my swim, which is basically where I'm fishing, where I'm baiting up and casting out to. But yeah, literally I was on a carp for about a minute or so and then it just came out. So yeah, We try again, and see if we can actually perfect. Yeah, see if I can actually catch something. Fingers crossed. Right, I'm just going to try and show you what I'm doing. So I've got my meat on my hook. Just need to position it better so that it will actually I'll get another bit, I think. Rehook it. Yep. So build my hook so that the hook's actually over the meat, so it can actually catch on the side of the jig. And then what I do, I get this, which is the mould, put my hook in there towards the bottom, and then all I do, get my mix. This could be like a ground bait mix, or it could be your homemade stuff, blitzed up. It's got to be a little bit moist, and then you gently tap it in. My mix consists of bread, luncheon meat and sweet corn, and a couple of leftover bits from my pellets. And then once you've done that, you get your method feeder and you just gently squeeze it on. Okay, and then what I tend to do to get a good rounded edge is just gently rock it in the mould, and then gently take off the mould, and that is your method feeder. Now you can see that is my hook bait, so, and that's the hook there. So when all of this stuff kind of just dissolves down, it will just leave this hopefully on the pile. But yeah, that's how I do method feeding. Using the method feeder method, it does get quite successful if the fish catch the hook bait. But basically, I've literally just chucked in, and I'm already getting movement on the line and at the end of my rod, indicating that the fish are actually interested in the pile that I've just thrown in. Obviously we'll leave it for a minute or two, allow that mixture to kind of dissolve into a pile on the floor, and I hope for the best. Hopefully the greedy little fish will come along and take it. But yeah, I'm not too disheartened that I haven't caught anything. Obviously it would be extremely nice if I do. But today I was kind of just experimenting with method and bread and using hot dog meat, things like that. And to be quite honest, it's actually been rather successful in the sense that the fish are actually attracted to the mix and they are having a go. It's just a shame that they're not staying on the hook whenever I get them. Now that could be a number of things. I could be using the wrong type of hook. The bait on the hook could be could have repositioned as I was kind of moulding the method feeder, the mix on the method feeder, sorry. It could have been a number of things. So I'm not too disheartened. I mean, as you can see, there is still movement. There is still fish on the surface, fishing on the surface at the moment. I mean, there's a carp literally just kind of around here, where the tip of my finger is, just off screen. And yeah, so it's not been a bad day, and it's been nice to get out. I just still hoping for some form of a catch. And I'm on. About bloody time. Let's hope it don't come off this time. Right, so I've just caught this bad boy. It's not easy to do on your own. .7. Happy days. So yeah, don't know if you got that, but I just caught a 6.7 pound carp on a method feeder using hot dog meat, bread and sweet corn. So happy days. Sorry that was a little bit rushed. The hook had gone into its throat, so it was very difficult to get out. So at the start of that last clip, I already had it in the water, in the net, so had to take the hook out first and put it back in the water to let it breathe a little bit, because it took a lot longer than expected. But yeah, so I was panicking a little bit because I didn't want to kill the fish. But yeah, it's a nice fish, so I was very happy with that indeed. So I've definitely caught something today. Let's hope we're going to catch some more. Now I'm on carp number 2. Let you know how this one is. Alright, so I've just caught this one. It's a beautiful fish. Right, let's see how much this one weighs. If we can. .69, so better than the last one. So I'm just going to get this one back and yeah, do it again. Okay guys, I'm on to my third fish, and this one's fighting more than the other two, so there he is. Let's see how this one is. Okay, so this is my third fish of today. Can't really see it very well, but yeah. Ah, £8.5. Very close to my PB, which is £8.64. Very nice fish. Very happy. Thumbs up. Well guys, that concludes another really successful fishing trip for me. I normally do this in the car, but my phone died, so that didn't help. So today, just to conclude, I was method feeding today using hot dogs I was using bread, I was using sweet corn, all blended together to make like my essentially ground bait mix, and put that on my method feeder with a bit of hot dog on the hook, and it was really successful. There was bites all the time. There was fish trying to nibble at it and everything like that. Obviously, yes, you know, as you've seen, not hardly any actually took the bait and got hooked on, but they did take the bait. So I was really chuffed with that, because that was something new that I wanted to try. Obviously I was using my granddad's rod as well that I mentioned earlier. For me, that was a big thing. It was very sentimental for me. It was almost as if I was going fishing with my granddad, which was lovely, because he was a really big fisherman, and he would have absolutely adored the fact that I love fishing as well. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, it was quite emotional in that sense, and you know, to top it off, I caught 3 wonderful carp. First one was 6.7 pounds, second one 6.9, and then the third one was 8.5, which is just 1 pound, well, 1 ounce off my personal best, so I was really chuffed with that. And then my phone went on to 3%, and I thought, this is it now. But in true one more catch fashion, I cast it out again, and I caught yet another fish. So I ended up with 4 carp in total. The final carp was 8 pounds and 2 ounces, which gave me a total of 30 pounds and 3 ounces, which for me is really good. And other fishermen that were there, they were saying that there were matches on over the weekend and they didn't do particularly well, and you know, someone was there for all weekend and they hadn't caught a thing. So I was really chuffed, and to do all that with my granddad's rod as well, it just kind of topped it up. So that was that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and catch us again for one more catch.